Hello my friends and welcome to today's tarot reading. This is a general daily reading for all signs, but the sign that you are here probably means that there is a special message for you, so thank you so much for joining me today. Now today is Thursday the 9th of June 2022 and it is the day of the day of Jupiter. I've got Mercury in my mind because I watched a reading and there was just bare Mercury in it and I was just like, oh my god, I'm fizzing with mercurial energy. It's amazing by watching this. So anyway, yes, and it is the day of expansion. Another thing I really like about today is, I think I've mentioned it before, I also follow the seven spiritual laws of success by Deepak Chopra, and I have assigned each law to the days, and today is the law of intention and desire, which matches really well with Jupiter. So being quite clear on what you want, and this comes to everything. I've been talking with particular clients and other people about getting really clear on your question when you start to work with the tarot, or you are working with the tarot. If you're clear with your intention, clear with what you want, then I think you really get a clear answer. And also yes or no questions. I mean, you know, they're okay. Yes or no outcomes, it's all right, but nothing is ever definite. And that doesn't really work with the expansiveness of Jupiter. Jupiter's about making everything bigger, making opportunities bigger so that it can happen in any way. So I think that diversity of perspective will encourage you to find ways in getting what you want in a much more dynamic way than you anticipated. So maybe that's something to consider for today, because there's no major transits today. The moon is moving into Libra. So I think there's that sense of fairness with your emotions, trying to really liberate yourself within your emotions, being balanced, being fair. So yeah. That's the kind of energy I'm feeling for today, my lovelies. Hello and welcome to all of my returning subscribers, and hello to all of my new subscribers. So good to see you here. You're all amazing. Can I just let you know that the love that I've been feeling for these readings has just blown me away, and I just would like you to remember that you are fabulous. So on that note, let's get on with the reading. Dear Spirit, what messages would you like to convey to the collective today? Dear Spirit, what messages would you like to convey to the collective today? I'm reading with the Ethereal Visions Tarot. Dear Spirit, what messages would you like to convey to the collective today? And I'll be clarifying with I think it's the Chakra Wisdom Oracle. Wow, Hanged Man. And the Seven of Swords reversed. Strength. The Page of Pentacles, Death reversed, and the Nine of Wands. Okay. First thing that came to me is that something is not over. Something that you thought was dead. Something that you thought that wasn't that was supposed to die, is actually being reconsidered here. I feel like a sense of coming or going. I feel like somebody doesn't really know what they want. Because there's a fear. There's a fear of being honest with oneself. But I think that, the eventual outcome of being honest with oneself is, it's like you do or you don't. Do you know what I mean? You have to do it. You have to. You're gaining in strength. I think this is such a beautiful growing process for you. I mean, look, Hanged Man and strength with death. It's hard to mourn. I went to some exhibitions yesterday in central London, and I'll share something with you. I had a bereavement in my family, a very close bereavement, probably my hardest. It's been 2 years since that bereavement, but still it hit me, this piece of art hit me like a ton of bricks. I had to really try strong not to just break down in the middle of the exhibition with somebody I hardly knew. So Yeah, and even thinking about it, it's kind of, yeah, it's hard. It's really hard. And there was this beautiful picture about grief, and about how the grief doesn't, it doesn't get smaller, you just get bigger. You know, but the grief still remains the same. It's still that hard ball of grief. So yeah, that's what I'm feeling now. My throat's even tightening up as I'm talking, and emotion is coming. Yeah, but it's honesty, and I think you have to give time for yourself in order to kind of go through this process. It's something that's strengthening you, and it's interesting. You know, strength is 8. It doesn't actually have the number up there, which is interesting. Strength is 8. I don't know actually in this deck. It might be something else, but it's definitely before the Hanged Man, and also it's these two are before death, which is what I'm trying to say. So essentially, this process needs to happen before you can come to this resolution. So you're still not on the process yet. I don't see it as denial. Because this 7 of Swords is crowning this reading. And with that there, it's telling me that any denial that you did have is actually coming to a sense of truth. You're not, like you're really taking it forward, and you're working with it. You're understanding that it's painful. It's hard. You know, it's something that can affect your drive. But also, I feel that this is something that you're going to work upon, and you're going to consider it. You know? Yeah, it's a work in progress. I feel like you've got to do this solo. I don't feel like, and it's not quite yet, and you have to go slow about it. Look at that, King of Wands and Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is reversed, but the King of Wands is here with the lions. Oh, wow. Okay. That's beautiful. That's beautiful, my loves. So beautiful. This is a healing of grief. Now, it doesn't have to be a person. It can be a situation. Let me just double check that that's straight. Yep. It doesn't have to be like a person. It doesn't have to be a, and it doesn't have to be an actual death. It could be the death of a relationship. It could be the death of a way of thinking, something that you hoped for, something like that. But this is causing you to, something that didn't work out also. But I do get a sense that there's a bit of solo work that has to go on here. Almost like, when there's people around you to support you in this place, but there's something that you have to do. Like, it's not them, it's, there's only so much that they can do, and your friends can do, and people around you can do to support you. But essentially, you have to you have to heal yourself in the grief. And I think this Page of Pentacles is really, really cool in that, because it's taking the time to be on your own and look at that. And I really think that getting out and meeting people, even though this is not collaborating with people, essentially, I feel like being around people. I don't know. I'm just getting like, you can still be like on your own and still be around, but then it will help you. It will help you get stronger. Even in the sense of the King of Wands, the king rules a kingdom. And he's not alone, but he has to do it alone. Does that make sense? So that's the kind of vibe I'm getting. Let me see what the chakra cards have to say. Oh, look at that. Wow. Wow. Oh. Bear with me, my loves. Oh, wow. The nature of this work is a powerful one, my friends. Yeah, I think considering what I was saying, it's that thing of like letting go and releasing, allowing yourself to breathe through these spaces of tension. being with the heaviness, and just letting it flow through you, rather than you becoming swept up in the sea of emotion that kind of comes with it. And if tears need to fall, let them fall, let them be, let them, just let them happen, let it happen, just let it happen. Because it's almost like that thing, once it's been released, then it kind of goes, it doesn't come back. And it's really interesting, like the colors are very muted. Like we have this kind of gray, which this in particular is connected to the top chakra, Sahasra, in this deck, in this particular deck, in this chakra deck. So I think it's interesting how we have these muted colors. So it's very much that kind of muted vibe, not allowing anything to like go over the top, which is synonymous also with the moon being in Libra. It's that balance. But you need to exercise the difficult moments as much as the good, and that takes real strength and courage. It also, I see the King of Wands as a master of his emotions. He goes with it, but he's a master of it. He isn't overcome by it. And I think that's why we saw the Knight of Wands reversed. It means that it's not going in with that attitude, even though there's a feeling that you might be absolutely overwhelmed with emotion, but you're choosing not to. You're choosing not to be that way. So yeah, I think that's all I've got for you, my loves, today. It's quite a simple message, but it's a very deep one. A very deep one. I definitely feel like it's an important thing that needs to be released. And it will help you in how you relate to others. It really will. Yeah. But this is work that you have to do on your own. Nobody can say to you, you need to just let that go. And then you're like, how do I let it go? So yeah, it's yeah. There's a contemplation, reflection, and give yourself time. I hope you enjoyed this reading, my friends. I found it quite emotional, but it's just that process. Allow yourself to experience it, but don't get swept up in the tidal wave of it. Anyway, my darlings, thank you so much for joining me. And yeah, please do check out all my other videos. They're all timeless. And also, if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe, because I upload every day. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow. Take care, my darlings. Bye.